are going to hold on to that dictate what you want to do. Did you have a hand in this?
Most definitely. Yeah.
The Houston Rockets just stole the thunder from the Thunder in the NBA Finals by pulling off a blockbuster trade for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is 37 years old, but he is still easy money sniper. He's still a walking bucket and one of the top 5 scorers in the NBA. So what did the Rockets give up? How good are they now? And what does this mean for the Phoenix Suns? We have to start with Kevin Durant himself, who found out about the trade as he was sitting on top of a Fanatic stage, and the crowd goes crazy when they hear he's traded. Make no mistake about it, Kevin Durant is still a household name. He is a difference maker that changes the dynamic of your team, not just in the regular season, but more importantly in the playoffs. And the playoffs is where the Houston Rockets needed the help. This was a number 2 seed that couldn't get over the hump once the intensity of playoff basketball started. We saw the way the Rockets had to guard Steph Curry, and it looked more like football. This is a Rockets team that was missing an offensive identity. They were missing a go-to star that they could hand the ball to in the clutch who could come through. Sengun and Fred VanVleet are both great players on the offensive side of the ball. Even Amen Thompson has shown flashes. But Jalen Green was an absolute zero for them once the playoff intensity turned up. You're now replacing Jalen Green's lack of defense and size with the consistency and offensive gravity of Kevin Durant. Probably the most shocking thing about this trade is that the Houston Rockets held on to the Suns' picks. There's only one team in the NBA that could have given. What's so shocking about this trade is what Durant's value was. In an offseason where we just saw Desmond Bane go for basically 5 first-round draft picks, we now see Kevin Durant only generate 1 first-round draft pick. We don't see the Suns get back any of their draft picks. Is a 10 pick really the value for Kevin Durant to put? There was no market. Because Kevin Durant was holding teams hostage, saying he wasn't going to sign an extension, this looked way more like a 1-year rental. And the Rockets were willing to roll the dice that Durant wants to be there long term. This is a Rockets team that really has it all. You have to give max credit to the Rockets GM, Raphael Stone, because this guy has put together an absolute treasure chest of value. The Rockets have a young core with Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., and Amen Thompson. This is a young core that almost any team in the league would like. We've already seen with the Warriors that a 2-timeline team doesn't work. However, with this Rockets team, they have such a perfect mix of veterans to take on the veteran role and young players to lead in the talent department. They might not be done making deals. This is still a deep Houston Rockets team that can be defensive and gritty. They can throw out a Sengun and Steven Adams lineup and beat you up in the post. They can throw out a Durant at the 4, Jabari Smith Jr. at the 5 lineup and hit you with spacing and speed. The Rockets are giving head coach Ime Udoka a ton to work with, and we've seen what he could do with a contending team previously. All right, if you're a Rockets fan, you have to feel happy about this. You still have a cupboard worth of picks to trade. You still have your top young players. You still have your best veterans. Dillon Brooks, look, if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you hate him. So 29 out of 30 teams hate him. Dillon Brooks was a serviceable player for this team, but when you look at the contract of Jalen Green and his inability to be successful in the playoffs, this was an amazing win for the Rockets. As a Rockets fan, you have to get in the comment section, like, subscribe, tell me what you think about this trade. Let's try to look at it for the Suns, because from the Suns' perspective, I saw this posted on Twitter. The Phoenix Suns turned 4 unprotected first, 1 unprotected swap, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder into Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, and the 10th pick in this year's draft in a couple of seconds. This is one of the worst series of trades of all time. You've got to be feeling pretty good about this if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, which I am. The Nets were able to trade Mikal Bridges for 5 first-round draft picks. They're sitting on a haul from the Durant trade, but a couple of years later, Phoenix is left holding the bag. And you have to wonder what the Suns do now. They have Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. All those players I just named, their best position is the 2. Undersized at the 3. The Suns need to make more trades. And something that's interesting about this trade is I think when it's all said and done, there might be a third team that is brought into this deal because of the second apron rules, it's very possible that a third team needs to take some of these contracts and this salary on to facilitate. So I don't even know if this trade is done yet, but if you're a Suns fan, the Suns are now inheriting Jalen Green, who is a good regular season player. But these are the stats that Jalen Green put up in the playoffs against the Warriors. He put up 8 points in game 1, 12 points in game 2, 11 points in game 3, 8 points, 9 points, 38 points in game 6, but then 7 points in game 7. 6 out of 7 games, your leading scorer just shit the bed. Now, the good thing for Jalen Green here is on the Phoenix Suns team where they're saying, the Suns Twitter is saying they're going to be playing Green and Booker together. And that's a dynamic offensive scoring punch. If you can move Beal, if you can move some of these other wings that they have and balance out the roster, the Suns could be a good regular season team. Devin Booker is really good. Jalen Green is really good when the intensity of the playoffs is not all on him against a very good Warriors defense. I don't think the Suns are going to be bad in the regular season. The question is, can they win a playoff series? And they've mortgaged their future. They've put themselves firmly into the second apron. And if you're a Suns fan, you have to wonder, what do we do now? They're still being held hostage by the Bradley Beal trade. If Bradley Beal doesn't want to leave, he gets to stay in Phoenix till he's 90. He looks like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. It's just a hostage situation. He doesn't want to be there. You don't want him there. Actually, I like Wolverine. This is a bad example. I'll keep going, though. The Phoenix Suns have more trades to make. The question is going to be, in the modern NBA, how do they get more trades off? This story is not really about the Phoenix Suns. It's about Kevin Durant. We saw Kevin Durant, along with LeBron James and Steph Curry, win the Olympics this last summer in exciting fashion. And if you are a fan of the Houston Rockets, you know that brand of exciting playoff winning basketball is now coming to Houston. I want to know what you guys think. As constructed, no more deals. How good is this Houston Rockets team? Because they still have a lot of first-round draft picks to trade. They still have a lot of mobile pieces. Maybe Reed Shepherd makes sense on another team in exchange for more veterans. Maybe they change a couple more of those Suns draft picks into another starter caliber player. But if they were walking into the playoffs with this roster right now, you have to feel pretty good as a Houston Rockets fan. That's going to do it for this video. We dropped the hammer. Let me know what you think in the comments section. This is the Trash Talk channel.